Start from the beginning, alright? Let's start from the beginning. I'll comment on everything on this video. So first of all, first impressions, Overwatch League hoodie, product placement. Shaved beard, normie approach. Hey, they're trying to reach a wider audience. Not a bad move. Hair, flicked backwards a little bit, no grease. Very, very presentable. Looking good. Oh wait, what face?
Jeff from the Overwatch.
Yeah, like I said, Overwatch League hoodie, product placement, shaved beard. It's to really reach a wider audience. If you compare the viewership of the videos that Overwatch League puts out, you know, I think beard gets less viewers. Could be. Let's just go test the theory right now. Hello? Hello? Hello. Uh-huh. Alright. Hello? Yo! $1.1 million views.
4 months already.
Has some of the most
Just
amazing
one
items
game off
we've made
GM on my main now.
Hanzo shirt. You see, everything affects viewership.
watching.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful about that. You know what I mean? Okay. Moving on.
Team, I'm here today to follow up on a previous developer update where I mentioned some hero balance changes that were coming. So recently, with our Lunar New Year patch, the Year of the Dog patch, we accidentally patched in some changes that were
Wrong one? It's the wrong one? Want me to increase the speed? Sure.
headed to the PTR, but that weren't fully finished, and not all the changes made it. So some of you might have noticed a weird sneak preview of some of these changes, and for that, I apologize that that mistake happened. We backed those out, but now they're making their way to the PTR for you to check them and test them in the upcoming week. So some of the things that we are changing have to do with Mei. And Mei in particular, we don't think is that far off from being pretty well balanced, but she could use a little bit of help. So something
I think that's very strong.
Increasing the duration of her freeze. How this will affect you as a Mei player or somebody playing against Mei. Before there was
Jardio will love this.
Mei would be using her primary fire against you, would start to be freezing somebody, maybe somebody with a lot of mobility, like maybe Genji or Tracer or somebody like that, and then they would go around a corner and Mei would lose them pretty quickly. We think this increase to the freeze time, raising it from 1 second to 1.5 seconds, will give Mei more of a chance to fully freeze some of her enemies. So
Jesus, that's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy.
Mei a few more shots
1 second?
Icicle on her endothermic blaster. So that
dude, 1 second for a freeze? That's crazy. Like, that's. Wait, no, it's. 1 second? What face? Oh, it's the slow? Oh, no, it's the freeze time. So it's... Okay.
That's her alternate fire, the snipey one. So you should have a few more opportunities to headshot Tracer when she's coming at you. So that's Mei.
So you can just tap him once, and she's like,
We're looking forward to those. Then there's a lot of changes happening for Sombra. The biggest change is probably that we're no longer tracking ult charge or generating ult charge off of her hacked health packs. We felt like this mechanic was
Sombra is useless now.
Out a little awkwardly. We also felt like her EMP as powerful.
Okay, so the main reason you're using Sombra in pro play is that you can generate an ultimate every single fight, or even like 2 per fight, literally, right? Seriously, that's why you use Sombra. She's so broken that way. In 2CP on Anubis, you can literally generate an ult, you know. So what he's probably gonna say next is that cheap watching. Yeah, chill out. I'm just commenting, dude. This is a commentary, bruh. Is that they're gonna make her so she's useful without that sort of mechanic.
As it is as an ultimate is happening very frequently. So we'd rather move her ult generation into her damage done. With that in mind, we've done a few tweaks to her gun, so let us know how that feels. We're also experimenting with some changes to hack.
Change to her gun?
The hack time, so it's much quicker now for Sombra to actually get a hack off on various targets. And then we're doing some experiments where hack also affects some targets in ways that it hadn't previously. So to use some examples, now when hacked, Genji can no longer double jump, or Pharah can no longer use her hover jets. Again, this is an experiment. We're going to see how this feels. The question here is, should these abilities be included or excluded from hack? And perhaps are there other abilities that should
Important thing to notice. This means that I think that Sombra can throw her thing in the air, jump in the air, and hack Ryan while she's still in the air.
Should be included in hack. And how should overall Sombra play out using that hacking mechanic? One last change to Sombra that I think is particularly interesting is that she's gaining extra time on her translocator. This should give her more of an opportunity. There's a lot of times where you throw that translocator out, you use some of her abilities like stealth to get in there, you start to set up an attack to help your team, and it feels like translocator expires and you get yourself in trouble, or you feel obligated to use translocator before you've fully done what you wanted to do. So this gives Sombra a little bit more of a window to do those Sombra things that she needs to do before her translocator expires, and gives her more chance to come back. Now Doomfist is also getting some attention. Doomfist, and some of you might have noticed this when we inadvertently patched some of these things in and then removed them, but Doomfist now on his hand cannon, the ammo recovery rate is much faster. Sometimes I hear players describe this as he can reload faster, but Doomfist doesn't actually have a manual reload. He has an ammo recovery rate. And we felt like it was a little bit slow. As you all know, we also previously changed how the hand cannon itself was shooting. He shoots more bullets that do less damage, hopefully for around the overall same amount of damage per second that he's doing, but it's more consistent now.
That's good.
A more consistent pattern. This comboed with the ammo recovery rate, we think will feel really excellent. Now, not coming to the PTR this time around, but very soon is Hanzo. Jeff Goodman, our hero designer, made a post on our forums describing some of the Hanzo changes that we've been trying. I thought I'd share those for you as well. These are things that we're not going to do, but I think it's interesting for you to know some of the things we're exploring. So one of the things we tried was replacing Scatter Arrow with an actual new ability called Piercing Arrow.
Hey!
This arrow shot very fast and was kind of a snipey shot for Hanzo, but it also completely ignored barriers. So while it was really cool and really powerful for Hanzo, it felt super weird if you were playing Zenyatta, for example, and you were behind Reinhardt's shield.
Oh, that fucking sucks, yeah.
That's
That's
a really
stupid.
devastating headshot and got killed. So we pulled away from that ability. We also experimented
piercing
with
is
giving
stupid.
him an ability on his reload button, since Hanzo does not have to reload, that would in essence allow him to do either Sonic Arrow or this Piercing Arrow ability more frequently. Again, it was a pretty fun idea. It didn't play out how we really expected it to, so we took it in some other directions. We also tried addressing a lot of the issues with Scatter Arrow. We experimented with having it not scatter off of the floor, so you had to get a shot off of either walls or the ceiling before it would scatter, to avoid those really frustrating foot shots that so many people have complained about. All this ended up feeling like was a giant nerf to Hanzo, and that wasn't our intention. Right now, the direction we're exploring is giving him a completely new ability that lets him, gives him a window when he fires off the ability to shoot arrows in rapid succession. Right now, we're experimenting with 5 arrows at a very high fire rate. It's a lot of fun. I think this one might be worth trying, so we might put it to the PTR. And we've also given...
Yo, wait, you know what would be sick? Like an ability like Mercy, where he jumps to the walls and he just he like sort of flies down a little bit and drops down slowly. And he can while in the air, slowly going down. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
Hanzo a horizontal leap that allows him to leap in whatever direction he's facing, so either forward, back, left, or right. This is more meant as a disengage for Hanzo. Of course, he can sometimes use it to get into cool, interesting places. That's pretty fun also. So some of these things might make their way to the PTR. We'd love to hear your thoughts on them and see what you think as you play with some of these different abilities.
Oh! I got a good one! I got a good one! What if you could just... You climb to a wall, and you can actually roll on the wall. Did like an actual roll, you know? Jump on the wall, climb, and then do like a bear roll on the wall. And then, good! You know? Jump to a wall next to a Rhine, roll around it, and then, satang! Scatter that bitch! You know? No? Alright.
But the immediate ones coming to the PTR are Doomfist, Mei, and Sombra. Hanzo is coming up soon, but is not quite ready yet. And as I mentioned before, Symmetra is on our list. We're brainstorming different versions of what Symmetra changes could be. And last but not least, we're also talking a lot about Torbjorn, how to make him more viable and a more accepted teammate and a more accepted hero that we want to see him in more instances. So that's coming further down the line. We hope these hero balance changes give you guys some really
okay. One more thing. I actually have a sick idea. Okay. Listen up. Let me put the fucking fridge away. Okay, I had a sick idea today, right? Give Winston a different type of mobility. All right, before we play, let me show you guys this. Right? This is fucking smart as hell. Okay. All right. I can't really draw, so I need to make like a demonstration, right? Okay. You know Winston. If you use jetpack, right, and you land here, right, here. If you use spacebar, it goes like this. It goes like this. Boom. Right? And it's sort of like kind of useless, right? It's kind of useless. What if you held spacebar with Winston, you would not get your landing damage here, but instead you went like this. Boom! Whoa! What the fuck? I mean, so you go like this, you jump, and you hold spacebar, it rolls, and then, BOW! The damage is here. You know what I mean? Right? That'd be fucking sick. It's a pretty good idea, right? Yeah, everyone's saying good idea. Yeah, see, look, just saying good idea. Because it's the same thing anyway, right? So if you don't hold spacebar, the damage comes now, and you can still jump forward. But if you hold spacebar, it can roll in. And I would say the hitbox of the Winston would be less predictable because he hides his head under the ground. You know what I mean? Like this. Oh, my back. Like this. In like a ball, dude. So you can't really headshot him.